I made $100,000 in less than 3 months selling products online, but they're not digital products because thanks to AI, digital products are dead. The products I sell, I don't even make. All I did was sell them online from the comfort of my own home. So in this video, I'm gonna show you why digital products are dead in 2026 and what I sold to make over $100,000 in less than 3 months. Let's get into it. AI has made access to information fast and free. So now you can make a digital product in just a matter of seconds with one simple AI prompt. When the barrier to entry is zero, that means the value is also zero. Only people with massive audiences are selling digital products, and even then, it's also including personalized calls and one-on-one help. So it's no longer an easy passive hustle. You need to sell something that AI hasn't replaced. So what should you do that hasn't been replaced by AI yet? Well, you should sell physical products. And these physical products don't even need to be yours or something that you've made. Not like Amazon FBA or dropshipping where it's basically a whole business. You just sell someone else's product and make a cut, and you don't even have to take care of any inventory. That's where TikTok Shop Live comes in. You go live from your phone, you sell somebody else's product, and every time you make a sale, you earn a commission. It's that simple. All you're doing is talking about the product and convincing people to buy, and the best part is TikTok will send you traffic for free. So let's say that you're selling a product that costs $50 and you make a 20% commission. That means that you make $10 every time you make a sale for that product on your live stream. Now, if you just sell 10 products a day, that's $100 that you're earning right there, and all you had to do was hit a button on your phone and talk for a little bit. This is better than digital products because it's a low enough barrier to entry to where anyone can try it, but it's also high enough to where not everybody can succeed, and this is not something that AI can do. Now you might be wondering, why is live selling the best way to do this? Why not just create normal videos? People buy from people, real, authentic people, not out-of-touch influencers or mega celebrities. Era of AI means that human interaction matters even more. And the best way to prove that you're a human is by live streaming. Live streaming is the closest you'll get to a real one-on-one interaction with somebody. And it's why live streamers are more influential than celebrities now. Here's how you're actually gonna get your TikTok Shop account set up. So first thing you need to do is you need to have an active TikTok account, which most of you guys probably already have. And in order to get started with this, you only need 1,000 followers and you have to be over the age of 18. So the first thing you're gonna do is just go to your TikTok profile, click on the 3 lines, the pancake menu in the upper right-hand corner. Once you do that, you're gonna click on TikTok Studio, and then from there, you'll see an option, TikTok Shop for Creator. You're gonna wanna click on that, and on that next screen, that is where you'll be able to apply. Now, assuming you already have the 1,000 followers, you're over the age of 18, and you haven't been violating TikTok's platform guidelines, you should have the option to apply. Now, if you don't have 1,000 followers yet, no problem. A lot of people start in this position. You can literally start growing your account today just by clipping or by posting videos on trending topics, news, signs, Sagittarius, that type of stuff. People love that stuff. Just say, hey, I'm making this account for Geminis. If you're a Gemini, follow me, and just post a bunch of those videos. You can even run ads to them to grow your account quicker, get to 1,000. This is the easiest part, literally getting into TikTok Shop. Once you get to 1K followers, it's very simple. Just follow the instructions I laid out in this video, and it's easy to find. Now let's go over how do we find these products that are gonna make us $100+ per hour. This is actually very, very simple and very easy, and I'm gonna show you guys the quickest way to do this. It's free, it costs you no money, it does not require any third-party tools. All you're gonna do is go over to your For You page, and you're gonna click on the Shop tab at the top. Once you've done that, you're gonna scroll down until you see a live stream, and then you're gonna wanna click on that. From there, you can just scroll, and every single time that you scroll, the only thing that you're gonna be seeing is shoppable live streams. This is the best way to do this, so everything that you see is shoppable live streams. Now, what you're gonna do from here, you wanna scroll through different live streams and look for products that are interesting to you, but also look like they are performing well, right? We don't just wanna pick any product just because it looks like it's doing well, because it's not gonna be fun or exciting to talk about, and people aren't gonna believe you when you try to convince them to buy it. So scroll live streams, take 5, 10, 15 minutes to do this in the morning, afternoon, evening, and just note down the products that are interesting to you that also look like they're doing well. Those are the products that you're gonna wanna get samples on, and go buy them on TikTok, go buy them on Amazon, so you can actually start testing those on your live streams. But this is the easiest way to do this. This is the easiest way to find proven products that are already doing well for people. They're pulling traffic in, they're making sales. You can also sit and watch the live streams and see how many sales they're making on the product. Every time somebody makes a sale, there's this little orange banner that flashes across the screen that says X amount of people bought products from this live stream. Now, you're gonna wanna keep an eye on that. When you see that, if it says, let's just say for example, says 20 people bought the product and you see the product is $50, well, that means they did at least $1,000 in sales. And then you can see if you're in shop, what the commission rate is on that product. So if the commission rate is 20%, you know that that person made at least $200 because often people buy more than one product. TikTok gives you all the data that you need to get started. You don't need to pay for Callow data or any third-party tools. You can do this for free simply with a TikTok account. So make sure you follow those steps. I want you to go pick 3 to 5 products that are interesting to you and that look like they're doing pretty well. And I want you to either request samples of them if your account's already in shop, or I want you to just go ahead and buy those products, make the investment. You will make your money back if you follow these steps. Now let's talk about setting up a live stream that keeps people watching. You've already found some products you like. You should have those on the way, or maybe you already have them by this point. But let's talk about how do we actually set up our live stream to actually start talking about the product, showing the product, demonstrating it, and making sales. We'll go over how to write a script in just a minute, but I want to talk about how to set up your live stream. What should it look like? The key here is simplicity is king. You don't need to overcomplicate this. You don't need to have a bunch of extra stuff visible in the shot. It can literally be as simple as this setup I have right here. It's clean. There's not a lot going on. It's just a wall behind me, well lit. And then you know, front and center, and then you're gonna wanna show the product as well. So if I'm selling this Premier Protein drink right here, my live might be set up just like this. I might have some Premier Proteins lined up in front of me, and then I have one in my hand that I'm showing people and talking about the product. Now you wanna make sure that you're interacting with the product and also interacting with the people that are in your live stream. Don't just sit there and say, yeah, this is great, you guys. It's got only 160 calories, blah, 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 while the product just sits there and you just talk. That's not very exciting. You wanna be moving around. You wanna be showing them, guys, this is the new Premier Protein that just dropped. It's the vanilla flavor. It's a limited drop. You get 32 or whatever it is, right? 30 of these for only 30 bucks. It's a crazy, crazy deal right now, but you guys can only pick this up here in my live stream, right? So you wanna be animated. You wanna be moving. You don't wanna just be static. You don't want the product to be static. You wanna be moving. You wanna make sure you're moving the product. You wanna make sure that you're engaging with your audience. Hey, user 345, thanks for following me. Hey, user so-and-so. You know, answering people's questions. When somebody puts a question in the chat, don't wait to respond to it. Respond to it and follow it up with another question to get them continuing to talk, get the chat going, right? Other people see that, they'll ask questions, they'll start making comments, but you wanna make sure that you're interacting and engaging with your chat while you're explaining the product, why they should buy it. And again, we'll go over in a second how you should be writing your script, but your script should come secondary to interacting and engaging with your audience. And then in terms of setup, you guys, when you're going through and finding those products, seeing which ones you wanna go live with in the last step we just talked about, pay attention to how their setup is. Are they on screen with the product? Is it just the product on screen? Are they doing it faceless? You can mirror whatever strategy is working for them. Some products, they just do better faceless. And then a lot of products, I should say most products, do best when you are on the screen as the host talking. But I would just mirror whatever you saw working for the products that you selected. But really, this part is very simple. The key here is you want to interact and engage with your audience. You want to have a lot of energy. You want to be excited about the product. You want to get people excited about the product, and you want to be excited about the deal. But I think a lot of people fail because they overthink it and then they don't start because they're like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. Literally just you with a wall behind you. Could be your kitchen behind you. Could be your living room behind you. It doesn't really matter. You want the focus to be on you and the product without a ton of crazy distractions in the background. You don't want kids running around. You don't want the TV on in the background with the news blaring super loud, stuff like that. It's just going to distract people. The focus has to be on you and the product, and the focus has to be selling to the viewer on the other end of the screen. The best way to do this is to pretend like you are talking to your best friend, your parent, your aunt, your uncle, your relative on a FaceTime call and telling them about a product that you just bought, that you're in love with, that you think that they should buy too. That is the secret. Talk to people like you already know them and like you give a shit about them buying this product. That's all you got to do. All right, now let's talk about how do we create a live script that actually takes viewers and turns them into buyers. Now, I'm going to give you guys a basic live script structure on the screen, and I want you guys to follow it. I'm going to walk through it with you guys so you guys understand the different parts of the script, why you need them, and just some different examples of how to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is introduce the product. Now, let's say that I'm selling this end product from Catacor. The first thing I'm gonna do is, welcome in everybody. Today we're going over the NMN from Catacor. This stuff is going crazy viral right now. If you haven't heard about this already, I'm gonna tell you guys everything you need to know, right? And then I'm gonna go into the next part. I would also probably throw in some urgency as well on that part. I'd say, this is the NMN from Catacor. It's going crazy viral right now. It's also on an insane discount here on my live stream. And then I'm gonna go into the next part, calling out the target customers. So if you're a man or woman over the age of 30 and you care about your appearance and your energy, you guys need to see this, or you need to be taking this stuff. And that's the first two parts, right? Introduce the product and then call out our target customers. And the next thing that we're gonna do is introduce the problems that the product solves. I've already kind of prefaced it by saying if you care about your appearance or your energy, because I'm prefacing these are kind of the benefits, right? We wanna hook them. We want to give them something to chew on, like, okay, yeah, I'm over 30, I care about my appearance, I care about my energy, right? Who doesn't? The next thing we're gonna do is introduce the problems it solves. I'm just making this stuff up on the spot, but you wanna do some research on the product itself. The best way to do that, go read reviews, go read the actual bullet points, the descriptions of the products, both on Amazon, both on TikTok, and read about why people buy this stuff. What's so great about it? Like, they're gonna tell you right on the listings what's so great about the product. You're gonna use those in your selling points as your benefits, right? So for this, NMN, you guys, is the precursor to NAD. The reason that NAD is so important, it's in every single living organism on this planet. Not just humans, but animals, insects, everybody relies on NAD. The problem is, once we get to the age of 25 or 30, our NAD starts decreasing every single year. That affects things like your skin, your hair, your nails, your energy levels, just how you feel and how you look on a day-to-day basis. So the older we get, the less energy we have, the more our skin imperfections are gonna show, the more our hair is not gonna look as youthful as it did in the past, and that's because our NAD levels are declining. The reason that you wanna take an NAD precursor is because NAD is not absorbed as well on its own. You wanna take a precursor that is converted into NAD in your body. Studies have shown X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 right? But we've talked about the problems this product solves and also introduced the solution and the benefit, right? Solution is taking a NAD precursor. Everybody over the age of 30 should be taking NAD. So introduce the product, we call out the target audience, the target customer, we introduce the problems the product solves, solution and benefit, right? So like, I don't know if there's anything on this package, but I've already kind of started saying some of the things, right? So this is really good for anybody that is dealing with those fine lines or wrinkles, crow's feet, blah, blah. You're gonna start listing off different things that this can potentially help with. Or your hair is, you're thinning or whatever, all these types of things. These are all the benefits that you can get from taking NMN, an NAD precursor, right? It's one of the most important compounds for our bodies. Most people don't even realize it. They're taking collagen, they're doing this, they're taking vitamins, blah, 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 but they're missing the biggest thing, which is NAD, right? We want people to understand how important the product is for the problem that they're facing, right? So anyways, I'm just making this up off the cuff to give you guys an idea. But if you follow this structure and do your research on the products, it's going to make this very easy, and you're going to get better as you go too, because you're gonna make a script, you're gonna go live with it, and you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change that, and you'll start improving it over time. Then you wanna tell a personal story. I started taking this stuff, you guys, 6 months ago because I was dealing with X, Y, and Z. And at first I was pretty skeptical about it because I've tried a lot of different supplements, blah, 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 blah. But what I've noticed over this 6 months is X, Y, and Z. My skin started looking a little bit better. My hair started coming in a little bit fuller. I started seeing new growth. My energy was better. I noticed that I wasn't getting tired after lunch, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I want to tell my story because a lot of people are going to relate to that. Like, oh yeah, I'm dealing with those things. I'm skeptical about supplements. I've tried a bunch. A lot of it didn't work, blah, 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 blah. Then we want to recap the benefits. So again, if any of you guys are dealing with X, Y, and Z problems, definitely give this a try. I think it'll work well for you like it has for me and thousands of other customers, or hundreds of thousands or millions or whatever the number is, right? And then we're introducing urgency, FOMO, and social proof. I like to do urgency, FOMO, and social proof all together because you also want to make people think, okay, I need to buy this now, but is this legit? You know what I'm saying? You've already built some value, but now we want to make them decide it's time to make a purchase. So we want to introduce FOMO, urgency, and social proof. But you guys, you have to get this on my live stream if you want to lock in this deal. Normally this stuff is $49.99. Right now you guys are getting a full 30-day supply for only $29.99. That includes free shipping. That includes a money-back guarantee. Has over 7,000 5-star reviews, average rating of 4.7 stars, over 1 million bottles sold, blah, 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 blah. We want them to trust that this is not just some bootleg knockoff product that's being slanged on TikTok Shop, because there are a lot of those, right? We want to build the value, we want to build the trust, and we want to get them to realize that right now, today, on this live is the time to purchase, because if they don't buy on your live, you're not making the sale and you're not making a commission. We don't want to build the value for somebody else to go make the sale down the road versus off of all of our hard work. Because some people be like, that sounds great, I'm gonna get that, but I'm not doing it right now because you didn't convince them that they needed to buy it right now. You wanna follow these steps. I'm just giving you guys an example. The easiest way to do this, you guys, is to use this script structure and then just bullet point your your selling points within each intro of the product. Like you probably don't need a script for that, right? You'll kind of come up with something that sounds good. For me, I always like to say like, you know, welcome in everybody. This is the X, Y, and Z product. It's going viral on TikTok right now. It's on a crazy, crazy discount on my live today. And then start going into target customer, pain points, benefits, solution, all that stuff, right? But the intro is very easy, but for the rest of the stuff, the problems it solves, the solution, the benefits that the product provides, like just bullet point those things on a piece of paper, on an iPad, whatever, so you can just have it right there and you can just run through, okay, I'm talking about that. Because you are gonna be talking, you know, interacting with your audience as well while you're doing this, answering questions, all this type of thing. So, you know, it's not like you can just sit there and read. You gotta be a human, you gotta respond to people, but you wanna know where you're at and you wanna have a structure so that you're not missing key elements in your pitch and everything that you're saying. You're gonna go through all that and then you're gonna circle back and repeat. Once you go through your script, your talking points, circle back. Again, you guys, for anybody that's new joining us, welcome in. We're just going over X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 back right to it, back through it. But use this structure. This is a great starting structure for anybody to create a script that is going to make them sales. So that's exactly what to sell instead of digital products. But there's a lot more to succeeding with this than just what we went over in this video. So check out this course on screen. It goes through everything in much more depth. Click here and I'll see you on the inside.